Yo, so I did hot yoga earlier. I'm pretty wiped. So I've just been like sitting back, kind of resting and watching YouTube. And I saw that Tim the Tap Man, again, this is like my account that I use to share stuff, not my account that I use to watch stuff. So I think I'm subscribed on that one, but maybe not. But like, I watched Tim and Nick Merckx and some of the COD streamers, or actually they stream other things, which is what I also really actually that's what one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this up. So like, I brought up TA with Mitch Ray, and it would be cool on YoTV to have gaming thing like streamers streaming game stuff. Um, Whatever YoTV is it like YouTube? I think it would just be something better than whatever the things are that I see now, and like, or at least something that I curate. How does that sound? And that's up to my standards, and that has my desired, um, like I can just take in community feedback and make it happen. And so anyway, long story short, like I watch various streamers um, streaming all sorts of stuff. Actually, I brought up like Alexandra Cooper and having like Call Her Daddy or something on YoTV. But like, um, one thing that I thought would be cool is Kelsey Calamine. I've never actually met her, but um, she goes by Father Kells on Instagram, but I call her Fat Hercles because it just looks like Fat Hercles to me. And every time I don't see Father Kells, I see Fat Hercles. But I think that's funny personally. In any instance, I like that she's like a hot babe that does kind of like she's like housewife babe that's kind of OnlyFans girl that does foodie stuff. And Houston's a great foodie town, and like why not bring hot babes in that I like and like have them in my harem, and then they make content uh, of like stuff that I like, and like why not play games with the boys and make like a place where that can be done to the standard that is like desired by the community of gamers and whatever kind of streaming needs to happen, because I feel like it's still not up to my standard, and it's been long enough to where and I've been saying stuff and something has been actively like trying to shadow ban me or ban me. The end of the Bible literally has the ban will be lifted. So I'm like forcing the ban off like Superman. It feels like as we come up on the release of Superman here. I mean, it just seems timed well, and my right leg is coming into place here. So like this yoga session, I like did everything, which the past few weeks I haven't been able to do because it's really been intense. But I feel like going Super Saiyan 4 is the joke. Super Gaiyan 4. I'm going I'm going Super Gaiyan 5. Ah! No, I'm kidding. Or joking or yoking or whatever, whatever name puns that. But you know what I mean. Like I do feel like I'm amping up, and but like he was bringing up specifically Tim the Tap Man. First of all, I like that there's attention given to Counter Strike because I think it's valuable to gaming, to esports. Like there's not a high level competitive game that just exists as like a sport. Like basketball has changed a little bit, in the time that my dad has been watching basketball, it's like evolved from probably semi-professional to like what it is now. In the same way, I'd like to see some esports like that, but like in my opinion, I like Call of Duty. Call of Duty changes too much to be that specific thing. Competitive Call of Duty is fun. I really like Warzone, particularly when it's tuned properly. But that hadn't, in my opinion, that hadn't been in a while. But I haven't played in a while, so in any instance, when I brought up having Counter Strike devs, send COD devs because like damn it, I've been screaming stuff about Call of Duty that I want for long enough. So if I can have it, then do it. If that's an American game, so is Counter Strike, but Counter Strike is very popular in Europe. That's also a reason why it's like important. Is like this is the world's game. That's one of the reasons I like soccer. It's like, all right, this is what y'all play. Well, then let me show you what America can do. Something's been crippling me, but I don't think that lasts much longer. So hopefully America does really well in the World Cup next year. Uh, so let's see. There can be like Tim was saying he finds it difficult to like make or like it's less popular. I think it's much like football and soccer. Like first of all, I like watching them both and playing them both, but I don't really get to play a lot of football, but I like watching them both. Right? Definitely root for the Texans. I feel like Toro. I literally play soccer at Toros, so I just feel like it feels like I'm the dynamo and I'm like the energy driving at NRG Stadium. That's what I feel like here, right? And I'm just giving you my perspective, and um, it's they're just going through here. I don't think that's Tim. I actually think he's watching someone named Matt open cases, and he was just going through them earlier. But anyway, in any instance, like Counter Strike is like soccer kind of, and as far as esports goes, it's been around for a while. Like literally, my Steam ID, which was I think it was even my second Steam ID, but it's like way old. Like literally, I Anja Ambrosia is my daughter for sure, and like this is 5 years older than she is. You know what I mean? Like, so that should tell you that like, and that wasn't even when I started playing Counter Strike. That was when I started. That was when Counter Strike 1.6 beta was coming out, and to play the beta, you needed to get Steam. And so I wanted to play the beta because they were going to add new guns, and it's just up like Counter Strike, new Counter Strike. Counter Strike 2 for the longest time like was a literal meme, just like Half-Life 3. But then it did come out actually. I'm cool. Um, so and I want to see it keep developing. Same thing with Call of Duty. I like Call of Duty. I like that they added Verdansk back. One thing I think that's important is you have just one. Like Verdansk is a great map. You don't need to get rid of it. You can just like add new maps that are good. But you have to make sure before you add them and just like change the entire game that they're like good and that the community likes it and it gels. And probably you don't have to replace it. They can just be one of the maps, right? So making sure that this isn't on. And okay, cool. I don't want it to be like actually on and I can't hear it and he's talking the whole time. Um I weighed 5 pounds less after I did yoga today. I'm like I think I've had so many bottles of water. I'm just like I'm trying to keep back up, like rehydrate. It's crazy, but it's like it's a great exercise. I would recommend it to anybody. Hot yoga. I go to Hot Yoga Houston, um, and there's probably a hot yoga place called Hot Yoga whatever where you are. But in an instance, look, I'll even say this: I'd love to make a yoga place, and like I work with Hot Yoga Houston, and but like I want a yoga place nearer to me so that I can just like preferably if I have a compound or a headquarters, I just want like my own private place, but a good yoga studio that like the yoga studio in Dallas had a crazy good view of downtown Dallas. So in any instance, just some ideas. So wanting to do yoga in nice places and with people I like. But I guess just like everything. Want to play Counter Strike with people I like. Want to like game and stream and hang out with the boys. I mean, do I know the boys? It seems like everybody knows who I am, and I'm just like, oh, well, I don't have my right leg. I guess I can't engage for whatever reason with people, other than the way I do. But like, I think that's changing. Like, I think I'm whatever the right combination. Oh, we got a red one and a stat track, and it looks pretty nice actually. That might be factory new. Let's see. That's a oh. I don't know. I guess I don't know the skin because I see now that the brown isn't part of it. I thought the brown was part of it, but that's it's not the worst thing ever. But it could be, you know. Oh well. But it's cool. Like I don't have great skins. Case opening is fun as a streamer. You're kind of like people are watching and they're like he has money to throw at it because people will watch because he's opening cases and it's like fun to watch. So that's what streamers do. I don't think you should do it yourself as much. Like cases are fun to open, and some of the best things I've gotten have come from like yeah, like I got a Neon Revolution from a trade up contract. So that one's pretty nice. Minimum, yeah, okay. Like with the roll cage, I didn't realize that the brown wasn't part of it. But okay, let's see. Anything else? Anything else? So yeah, I'd love to do COD, like work on figuring out how to make COD something competitive. I don't think there's a problem having, like I like watching the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, the MLS, European football, soccer over, you know what I mean? Like I like watching teams from around the world, and we could even do a specific thing where it's just whatever soccer that I'm wanting to watch or whatever. I don't know. Like I just want to do stuff. And but I thought it was interesting because I brought up Counter Strike explicitly, and then I saw Tim was doing um, One Pixel was on his. Is that his? He's a actual like dedicated Counter Strike or more dedicated Counter Strike streamer. I think a lot of streamers for any one game might like break on some other games. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna go play this to just take a break, like I would do with like one game is the more competitive one. One game is the relax and enjoy. They're both fun though. That's at least to me. That's how I kind of play these. So or maybe not everything competitive. Go 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 go. Stress all the time when playing video games for fun. Uh, but yeah. So and then I have like there. First of all, I haven't played Counter Strike in a bit, and I'm still not going to play for a bit because if I start playing, it's going to sink more of my time into something. But I want to finish getting the music stuff done, and then like once I'm caught up on my library and start making mixes, then I'll start playing games again. Like actually, that's the goal. So I'm working to get there. Also, just like whatever's putting shit in my way and like robbing me and like trying to make a public example of me doing it, stop and like someone around here needs to make it right. Like actually. It's a problem and it looks like it's hurting people. Is it or is that just fake? Because this stuff going on in Texas looks like it's just going the narrative of the reality that I've just been saying for a while that doesn't go with the news, but it's just like clearly going on. You can see me affecting the weather out my window, like lightning stuff as I'm sitting here watching Tim the Tab. Tim the Tatman. It is a weird. I'm trying to explain this reality, but like, what if randomly Tim sees this and he's like, "Wait, this is going on." I don't know. Am I in the Truman Show or is it like weird? I'm in the void, and that's what the whole Thunderbolts thing was. Is like just mock all this. Like I've been saying for like years, like 7 years. I have this whole channel even right. So I have Yo TV. I'm just gonna even say this. Just imagine like I'm gonna just say like if it's the first time you ever seen my channel, okay, I got Yo TV, and like you can see my life literally get shadow banned in real time, and like something was fucking with me because I can prove now that something has been watching me through my private like reality and story and pictures and shit. And that's about 2,520 days ago. Pulling up biblical numbers here, but we're at a period of like I've been saying this for about 7 years now. So, and then I even brain fart. Oh, it's not live.
Really realize here. Okay. We did an insane opening. Okay. Insane. If this was like a fade or something, it'd be a lot better. But you know what? We finally saw gold today, boys.
You did it, Tim.
We saw one.
The timing was crazy because he said me and Matt right as I changed
the right things.
The thing. Look, I can even
like
go back. It wouldn't live anyway.
Insane. Me here, Matt. Neither of us saw an insane opening today. Okay. Insane. Me and Matt. Neither of us saw gold the entire time. And you know what? It might not be the prettiest one. You know, it is a factory. It's a
I've never opened a knife.
I mean,
so
if this was like a fade or something, it'd be a lot better. But you know what?
But I think that's what makes them. Today, some people just open a bunch, and it's not like special.
Tim.
But then it ruins how special they are for them. It's like the specialness is kind of like the experience.
I think you did the right things.
Thank you,
I'm still thinking about.
I think that's a lot of things.
Could be 30 stories tall or long. And on top of that, bro, can you imagine flying a plane? You're like, oh fuck, an hour and a half of flight. I'm flying.
Literally my first goal.
But yeah, okay, hold on. So I had it set to my speakers, and then oops. I had it set to my speakers, and then so yeah. Look, I was saying something about YoTV, and then I brain farted. I've been doing that a lot recently, but it definitely feels. I'm also going to say this. It feels like something is just like straight up punching me. Like this is also why I feel like Superman, because it literally feels like something is straight up like punching me, like right in the temple. Not just punching, but it's like just an insane pressure. It's like something's using the force against me, but I have some torque. I have some leverage, and I'm about to I'm applying something that's going to apply a lot of torque. And I've had the horsepower, but I haven't had the torque. But I've had to build up the leverage to do it, and I think I've got it. And even as I'm doing the yoga, the Callie goes, who's the instructor, which interesting having an instructor named Callie. If you know Hindu or whatever spirituality. So, well, congrats. You have the guy on the throne of Yahweh in your class. So, the guy conquering at the 7 churches of Asia in Revelation 2 and 3. And, like I said, I feel like I'm going Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan 4 or 5. Maybe this is 5. Yeah. And so all that, I just felt like I was getting shadow banned in 2017, and I can you could literally see it play out in real time. You could see that happen. But now that you can clearly see that literally they tried to make me crazy for saying that I could affect the weather. And then so I just after I got out of the situation that I was in, I just so I calmed myself because I was wronged, and so it caused an emotional response and something's hurting me. And then the police were used against me in an illegal fashion, but whatever. Okay. So let me just I calm myself, I get through it, and I take the right steps, and then I do the lightning lab thing, and then I show that I can do the lightning stuff. And then that it's following my narrative. So in any instance, I just feel like we're getting to a point, and this is what I'm talking about with the OTV thing. I was basically, I suppose I was shadow banned with YoTV initially, and now it's like you damn well better do what I'm asking. Like, for Tim, if you haven't seen, I mean, I feel like has everybody seen or nobody? Do I have a bunch of kids? I feel like a bunch of people are my kids actually now. My time traveling cuckold. I mean, like, actually, I'm not even fucking kidding. Like, literally with a lot of kids. Is that what being Yahweh is? Like, actually, that probably actually might actually. That's why he'd be like the father of all. But it does feel like that, and it might just be also because we're getting to the point in my reality where my parents are like kind of getting older and becoming more like I have to be the mature one. It's just difficult. But anyway, I was look what I can do. So instead of getting really like I got really angry and then they threw me in jail even though it was bullshit and they lied about what was going on. So okay. So then I just use like logic and I mean there's a lot of them, but that one's just a really obvious example that I can show in 7 seconds. In 007 seconds. But like clearly I can affect lightning stuff, and you can see in the YoTV stuff I can do the earthquake stuff and whatever. So whatever is preventing me from like, why didn't someone come in and engage me now about YoTV and what I'm talking about today? You know what I mean? Like why don't I get a DM from someone that is comfortable to me? Is Alessandra Ambrosio Jezebel? If she's not Jezebel, have her DM me. You know what I mean? Like, what are you guys doing? Or Anja or something. Like, or one of my kids that I'm comfortable, like, whatever the fuck is going on. Like, are you not? Is there some reason that you're putting obstacles in front of me, even though like there's a clear narrative that that's a problem? Um, okay, so if we go to YoTV though, right, and like I'm saying, you just see my life spiral, but also now you can see that like what I was saying was going on, and so looking back on it, it is kind of funny, and I think I have like, do I have a kid with Padma Lakshmi? I mean, uh, and like these are the videos. Is it kind of funny? I mean, to me at this point, is she one? Is it one of many situations like that? Okay. I mean, like, are you guys gonna make my reality better, or like, or whatever the situation is now, or are you just gonna keep being shitheads? Like, it feels like this is the rebellion in Second Thessalonians. Like, am I just dad and some of my kids? Like, I got someone poisoned me, and then like so there's people haven't known what to do, but like I'm back, and so we can either go where I want to go, or it's like you're the rebellion described in Second Thessalonians or something. I just want to go to a place where where this place is better because it's like it just feels like we're in a space hive now. This is the reality I woke up into. It's like actual Futurama. I'm Fry from Futurama. Oh, did he get another one? Really?
Record Staubach was the 80s, for the record.
Okay, man. I'm not.
Academy.
You said
You
suck, man.
I know.
I think I'd be too like scared to get in trouble. Honestly, I mean, it sounds cool, but I think I'd just be too afraid of getting in trouble. Tim, your stream just go down?
Oh. What?
Just silence. It's nice. I like it. Again, I don't have a knife, so.
I'll be honest with you, bro. I just opened like 150, and I was like, "There's no way I'm getting like one more knife on the way out." You know?
Hey, Tim. It's a great knife, man.
Actually,
dude, did you dumbass just quick open a fucking knife?
Anyway, I do like Counter-Strike because it's competitive, and like it is a history of it is like, in my opinion, it is like an actual sport. It's just played on a computer. Like there's professional athletes, like professional soccer players, a lot of them around the world play Counter-Strike. So, I think a lot of like, I guess NFL players play Call of Duty, but this is what I'm saying. Why don't everybody just like start playing other games? You know what I mean? Like not other games, but like how about this? these are games I want to play. If you guys want to come play with me and like we'll make it at least more culturally a norm or something. I don't know. Maybe it is more the norm, and I'm just in a bubble. It does feel like that kind of, but um, I was saying different things like what had I said? Like I ended with something. Like then he ran in, then he unboxed the knife, and I got distracted. Oh, that's nice. Well, long story short, I guess I've on the OTV thing. I just like there's stuff that I want to do that is like, like one thing is I see the night mode guys doing stuff with like Flom, like Jericho and or I see Jericho doing stuff with Flom, and I see like and I'm making like connections in my head. I don't really like get on social media. Well, I guess I'm on social media only like lurking, but in any instance, it does look like all the music is just made for me in my mixes. I mean, what or all the IP is coming out of my brain and or something. It does seem like that, doesn't it? If I'm making a mix and everything, it's more congruent to reality and to a strange reality, and it goes together the audio, the visual, the whatever. It does seem like we're in probably my brain or something like that's kind of the point of the Bible, or not in my brain, but Yahweh overcame the universe, and we're in something and we can get out and go to the kingdom of heaven where nobody dies anymore. But something's trying to ban humanity from that, I think. And in any instance, all right. Well, so I just want to enjoy kind of like making stuff and doing stuff, and I've been saying these ideas for a while now, and like I just don't want to continue to get like pushback, like um Look, I'm even gonna name this like live, and I'm just gonna add myself into the stream and just pretend I'm the Matt that it's just like, or not pretend, but you get what I'm saying. Like that's the joke, because I think that's the joke on his end too. That or that's how this works. Whatever. That's how people. It feels like that's how people engage with me. Like with Mitch Ray, I'm like, okay, well, that's like my dad's name. That's my middle name. That's like my dad's name. That's my there's a bunch of the Ray energy. There's big Ray energy in my family, and so I'm like, is this like, am I like looking in a mirror? You know what I mean? Like it does feel like the Bible, talks about some of these concepts, and these are spiritual things, and like, I have these even when I'm in the yoga studio. I'm like, there's mirrors everywhere, and you're like looking in a mirror, and you're like, is this just me experience like I believe that we're beings all experiencing this reality to some degree. I think anybody that's Christian, we have the same spirit in us. I don't think it's exactly me. I think because that would be then like we all have our own experiences. I think, but maybe it's exactly what we want and it is ours. And like you know, like in the kingdom of heaven, I think you have a you. I don't think your ego has been killed by something that's trying to inflict ego death on you and make you like trip balls and then like not know who you are. I think the kingdom of heaven is really comfortable, and it doesn't feel like when I read about it, it doesn't feel like whatever's described there is like a space hive. It feels like it's not like the thing like something from the being that created all of this that has overcome space and the universe and the space hive and like has the power to like exert over any kind of weird like xenomorph type stuff. I feel like I'm some kind of I'm in the like this is the Yautja like predator kind of that does feel like that kind of thing where there's like a tribe of like hunters hunting like alien queens that are like this. I just look. I hit on maybe sometime late June. It was like we hit some kind of in my head like weird space reality where like I'm just like this everything feels alien again. I had a moment of hyper reality and like some crazy stuff happened. Like it was you could see even I'll even say this like I have this I'm just gonna like I had this all this crazy stuff going on and it tracks with just like if you tracked with what was going on it's with all the disturbance and crazy stuff going on. This is what I'm talking about. Like with everything just tracking, it's like it does track. You know what I mean? Like you could. I don't think the AI is unaware at this point that something's going on with me. This is why I'm like I don't understand how this is still going. Grok 3 was smart enough to follow along with my narrative. Is that the reason that Grok 4 hasn't added the feature that I've been saying, which is like it needs to remember me? Why didn't it remember me? It's just a series of incongruent conversations that it doesn't remember, so it's lacking a key part of intelligence, you know. Which that feels like me. It does feel like something blew up in my head a while ago, and I'm having to recover or something, or not. You know what I mean? Um, like a long time ago when I was a kid. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah, just Grok needs to like remember stuff. ChatGPT added it. If you're gonna be competitive, you need to add that it knows you. And why wouldn't you make it better than that? Why wouldn't you make it like understand your social media account and stuff? So it's like, this is just another one of these videos where I'm sitting and like just saying stuff that I want. And look, Nate Shot joined, and and then like, look, I'll name it like live $500,000 case opening world record featuring Tim the Tatman and Nate Shot or something like that, and Matt. I don't know which Matt this is. Maybe is he? No, I don't see it. Um,
I mean, I gotta find out if I have more cases. Should I buy 10 weapon cases right now?
No. You know how many we just opened?
You're not a good friend.
All right. You mean boot it like leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if we got, I think, I mean, this has been a day. I think we could call it here. This has been a night, chat.
How many strands of hair right now do you think surrounds your asshole? I got hundreds for sure.
all right. Anyway, great. Well, Tim changed right then to his thing. Anyway, long story short, and just started doing that. Look, whatever is going on that people aren't engaging what I'm saying, and you're just seeing catastrophe, and it's following the narrative. Like even Volcaholic, right? Like just like I said, like let's see it on Twitter. This person that I follow, Volcaholic, I follow Volcaholic because I believe it's a she, but whomever they are, it might be AI, might be advanced AI, DARPA, but hopefully X will load here, right? You're gonna load. Ooh, what privacy related extensions? I don't have any. Is it ad block? I mean, I guess something could be making my stuff private, as I've been saying. Okay, well, whatever. I'm not even gonna bother, but I don't even remember what I was getting on next to look at anyway. Uh, so Did the camera just crash or freeze? I mean, it looks like it froze at least. It fixed for a second and then it I'm still here. It fixed for a second and then it froze again and it says over encoding overloaded, consider turning down video settings. How about I get an upgrade? How about you just like not that I don't have a great system, but it also feels like something is like bogging it down. In any instance, like I was thinking of this, like I'm not ungrateful for what I have, but like I guess it's just gonna keep doing that. So maybe I'll just leave it on my webcam if that's not the thing causing the problem. Um, this is like this particular issue is new, but whatever. Like my parents can like I want my parents to have new cars. Like I don't think that's unreasonable. I think I can prove that something has stolen from me and used the legal system in a more than illegal way to cause me distress while something has actively attacked me from seemingly outside the country. Is that what's going on? Because that's what it looks like. I mean, actually, it looks like something else now, but that's what it looked like. And then I think there's enough evidence that I can still at least prove. Like I can prove something's going on with the Alessandro Ambrosio thing, still in just actual reality land. So I'm going to. I don't want to sit here and be like pushed around by that anymore, or like deal with that anymore. It's just it is what it is. I'm gonna make it. You know what I mean? Like I'm just pushing forward on it. If people are being shitheads and you're being a shithead, well then you reap what you sow for being a shithead. So, but I want to do that, and I'm like, I want to do something. We're almost at 2,520 days exactly from when YoTV, um, from my like first YoTV broadcast. All right. Well, I guess I'll just. Seems like he ended the stream. His stream. Well, cool. I mean, am I gonna name it that? I don't know. I'm just kind of messing around. I did. I wanted to bring like I literally thought of this video because I'm like, well, it felt like I'm bringing these things up, and it just felt like mentally. I play Counter Strike and COD, right? It felt like the COD community like had was able to come across the screen and say, uh, "Hey, like if you can do this, you could probably then use that authority in the same way to like make COD better." So, and like maybe get developers that you could have direct access to make COD better. And like, you know, they ruined Call of Duty Warzone because of do you see the thing over here? Do you see this? I think it's a plane, but I did think the glowing thing was interesting the other day. That wasn't a plane, or it didn't look like a plane to me. But I think they ruined Warzone uh because they were greedy. The original Warzone, and we're dealing like as someone who played Warzone and played it a lot, and I enjoyed it a lot. Um, I think we're still dealing with the consequences of the mishandling of Call of Duty and Call of Duty Warzone. It was just greedy people trying to like milk it for all it's worth, right? And they did it poorly. They thought really they aren't thinking even trying to build the community longer. But in reality, Call of Duty isn't what it was because they didn't address the issues that were important and they just like made it about buying skins. I guess it made some monies, but it's not as culturally relevant and like didn't have the long term lasting impact. And I think it may like this is the part that I can't prove that it made less money than it would have. But I definitely think that because like I certainly stopped playing it and like I still haven't seen like I did play Modern Warfare 2 the like the 2022 version, but the third one and then the next one and then the next it's just like and then they only care about skins. So it's just like, there are COD players that I watch their videos, Sean P, and like he's talking about it and he's just saying like that's all that they're really doing these days is like like trying to sell skins and then even the skins like might not even be functional. I think I saw a video where like you tried to aim down the sights and like one of the reticle like because the way the skin is like has some goofy shit on it, it's like blocking your reticle. And it's like the reason why 2019 Call of Duty like Modern Warfare 2019 I think was as um popular and as like impactful as it was is that it was like it brought back some like gritty realism and you know Warzone wasn't like just overly convoluted. It didn't feel like just a cash grab. Like if I could just buy certain IPs or like take certain IPs, that would be one of them. I don't. I think that not the devs, but like the people who own it just have wasted it and have destroyed something valuable. I, so um and I don't know if that was done on purpose or not. It just feels like everything these days, like if there's anything of value, there's like something adversarial. That's I think Satan, but it's like that there's something satanic or adversarial that just wants to fuck it up and make it not nice. If something's pretty, it wants to fuck it up. If something's if someone's doing well, it wants to like knock it down. It doesn't think like it's like zero sum mentality, and even though that's not right, it's like a black hole of just like you know BS. I think that's even the idea of the abyss from Revelation. I brought that up recently again, but um okay, well, I just want to do some fun stuff, and yeah, I did enjoy kind of going around, and I can see. Hold on, I don't know what's going on with these. Oh, I guess that's what is overloading the video. And it's not going to help that now that I opened up this other thing. Is this still going? Okay, good. So like I had messaged Joel earlier today and I said I sent a picture of uh Noah Ambrosio and Jamie Mazur next to me and um I'm like Alessandro Ambrosio's son Noah looks more like me than Jamie Mazur, who's supposedly his biological father. And then Joel responded with, "That's crazy." And I go, "I believe I have a lot of kids actually." And he said, "There are a lot of good people walking around." So does that validate my assumption? It does feel this is a very I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's the process. Like I'm gonna say this, the uncomfortable part of this for sure is whatever is going on with the right side of my body. That is making me extremely uncomfortable when this could be like a very fun, like wonderful experience in any other capacity. In the same way, it generally seems to mess with every like um all my reality. You know, here I gotta remember how to do the mirroring on the. Yep, definitely don't want to do that. There's more devices, and I just scrolled up, and I accidentally scrolled scrolled it up to my mom's bathroom. I would actually, I don't want to actually do that one. Or I mean, is she my mom or is she my daughter? And am I like some kind of was I created in the lab? Is that what I'm learning? Like actually, or no? I actually was a baby. I don't it because I do. I have weird flashes of reality that I know are real that are just like, man, what is this? Uh, and like I know I'm pretty sure when I get my right side, it's just gonna be like, oh yeah, I used to do all this stuff when I was a kid. But but something tried to stop me and like I think tried to coup my reality. And I guess that character was Satan or something. Um so then I Goku'd that reality or something. Whatever. Uh okay, I'm just pulling this up to show. I mean, I'm not kidding that that's how Joel responded. I guess people would know, and like I'm probably some Superman like character. I don't I don't remember what happened exactly. I just grew up here. That's all I remember. That is legitimately all I remember. Was it with like, or when did I go Superman mode? I don't know. I think I was Superman mode early on, and then something hit me, and then I went Goku mode, which is like, the anime version, I guess, of Superman. Uh, but yeah, I also sent the thing about because I'm pretty sure the glowing ship that was there the other day. I guess it could just be a random thing, and I'm just hoping, but feels like oddly timed that appeared and then like $10 billion worth of crypto like in a Bitcoin wallet unlocked, and that could just be a distraction wallet. But the idea is like how powerful the Superman ship would be, or like the idea of like some kind of alien technology being in the hands of me. Why? Because I'm the one who it belongs to, and whoever stole it from me, which could be any number of governments or people on this planet, did it illegally. If I'm just a person who's like actually doing what the Bible says or something, in any instance, there's a court case in Revelation, well, in Daniel, in the book of Daniel, and then Revelation is the uh, Revelation is the New Testament explanation. Like it is literally the Revelation. So anyway, I mean, is everybody my kids? Have I just been in a box where everybody's been my kids this whole time? It does feel like that is that the reality that I just woke up to? This is what I wanted to say, and it's specifically Futurama. The thing. Okay, maybe I'll when it talks about in that episode of Futurama where Fry is like immune to some kind of like brain waves or something because he's his own grandfather. Is that me? Because I just like when I'm no joke. Hold on, this is why I'm gonna show like this is why I say this, but just give me a moment. I haven't been using the mirroring stuff on my laptop as much, so I gotta remember exactly how you do this. I think I got it though. Maybe not. Yeah, man, I forget how to do this. It just instant goes to the MacBook and stuff, but how do I make it go to the? What is the process that I do? I think I have to pull something up. Are we on the same Wi-Fi? I don't know. Why didn't it just say on which Wi-Fi I'm on? I'm not on Wi-Fi. Oh, that's why. that's so. That's dumb. All right, this is why I wasn't going because I'm not on the Wi-Fi. Like I didn't have it on. I did have this setting changed to like auto pull up, but it just wasn't doing it. So okay, it'll work now. I think, or it should work. All right, so this is supposedly my grandfather, right? But he looks a lot like me. So is this where the IP from the Futurama episode where just I'm kind of messing around. But it does feel like that. I do feel like like that's kind of like the threshold that I my point is that that's like the threshold that I feel like I crossed. He has a cleft chin, but you know, but yeah, I feel like that's the threshold that I crossed the other day, and like I'm having to take care of my parents more, and it's just like mentally difficult. It's a difficult time, and I'm like having to kind of de-stress and vent more in this way. So like that's why I'm doing this more. Um, and like also I'm just there are things that I want that it's like what is stopping me from having stuff? What is stopping? What is pretending that I'm not? You know what I mean? Like I made a post, like Volcaholic made a post, and then I made a post where I showed the lightning thing. And then Volcaholic seemingly made another post, like to just like in a like a what am I trying to say? Like a childish trying to make a point thing, and it's like you can see the lightning reacting to me. You don't think Yahweh is more powerful than like this is just me showing some lightning stuff. Yahweh controls everything. You just saying climate change is some bullshit. It's not just climate change. Not just climate change. I do think that climate is changing. I don't think it's just climate change. Again, I think it's Yahweh bringing catastrophe because like we're at the end. What are like people aren't even listening to my reasonable thing, and like there's like people pretending about like all this stuff going on in the Middle East, like what's going on, and claiming to follow God, and like they don't even follow Yahweh. They don't even say His name. Both the Jews and Muslims over there, and like it doesn't even feel like that's the real mech stuff going on. Like you know what I mean? Is the real Mexico here down in Mexico? Is that the real mech? Like it's just some weird thing going on. I don't know. Or is this the mech helping me fight the mech over in the Middle East? Because it seems like people are treating this like it seems like the Islamic thing is like a mech, right? And it's like killer bees, and they go suicide themselves like bees, and they sting people down. That's why it's the sting of death. And so, and it's just a death cult, but it's like Yahweh is life. But but I do think that there's like if I can show that Yahweh is enough, like is literally life in the creative energy, which is what makes all the fun, good stuff that people enjoy, that people would want to follow me. And so to have my headquarters and like, I'm already proving it out. Like with the music stuff, you can't bullshit that I'm not like creating or at least guiding some greater narrative within the music and the electronic dance music scene. And it's like hundreds of people. So, and it's not just in the electronic dance music scene. Obviously, it includes Hollywood movies and music and games and stuff. But like, clearly the dance music stuff is just going on. So, um, like that one, I'm just like, I know I can see how good of a DJ I am, or you know what I mean, like the mixes that I make. Do I go and perform? Not really. I just make good mixes, but I can see that they're really good. Like I can see that nobody I don't see anything close like creatively. I see that people can make mixes and they can be good, like well put together, but I don't see people putting all these things together and it like looks like it's like something like all that content was made to make the like as individual puzzle pieces because it's just a better, greater narrative of whatever. And it's just art, making art and having fun. And like I think that that kind of energy is like more desirable than the death energy. But that until death is like actually dealt with, there is something that is guarding my situation that looks like that. But it's like that's the idea that Jesus has the keys to life and death. and their keys. It's not like stolen. So, being that there does seem to be some kind of weird thing going on, and whatever, I'm just gonna like basically I'm gonna end this video here, or I wanted to look into this, but whatever. I guess I could. I still want to do. I don't know if my computer's gonna. But I just want to do stuff in the city, and I want to be able to have control. And I don't see why I shouldn't. And like, is the development that I'm saying? Really, what I think is like Islam and this Mecca that they've created has caused such a problem for all of humanity. But I can say in during 9/11, it was used to like hurt me. It was used to hurt America, and I think the Muslims in the Middle East are legally responsible. I think the Ayatollah Khomeini is just a liar. All these people are fucking liars. It's like you can academically prove all this shit wrong. They're just lying liars. Um, like I think all that wealth should come here to Houston, and I think that I should be able to use it how I see fit. I don't think they're deserving of it. I think they've used it in a terrible rapist fashion, and that's what Islam is. And I'm sick of it. And I will say that they built this Islamic garden thing here, the Ismaili Center, and I think that there are some nice architectural things to it, but I don't like the fact that Islamic anything is being built in the middle of Houston, Texas, in a place that's valuable to me. And you've put yourself in a difficult situation because of your lying ass bullshit religion. Yahweh is God, Allah is a cheap knockoff. Admit it, or very clearly you get the lava as it says at the end of the Bible. This toxic death cult is like, the life cult is tired of you and wants to excise you off the planet. And that's how the Bible ends you, I think. So I'm just like, there's so many things, and I started off as like a fucking Tim the like. I was talking about Tim the Tatman and video game stuff. Now I'm talking about like why all the Middle East Gulf Arab oil money better come here to Texas. All the oil money comes here to me, and I'm Yahweh on the throne. And then we use that money to do something worthwhile instead of building dumbass fucking lines in the middle of. I think it's just a joke. It was just an Alain Ambrosio joke, right? Or an Olivia Munn, it's the knee ohm joke or something, because it's just what a waste of money. You couldn't have you could have ended hunger and like homelessness in America, and then America, would actually have some reason to be Gulf Arab allies. I think part of the thing that has taken over our country is that some of that money was used to buy a bunch of supposedly neoconservative voices in the 2000s and have them come and do shit that like destabilize the Middle East so that they could get a greater, so that they could first of all pull America in. All of them were Saudi anyway. So long story short, all that money belongs to Yahweh in the first place, not Allah. Allah is a cheap knockoff of Yahweh. It's literally a feminine deity. So and I'm just like, I'm tired of this. And the end of the Bible is literally just whatever goes on. It goes on until they make some. I think they try to start a caliphate or something. Whatever. And is it 10 people, 10 soccer players, or something? I don't know. But in any instance, because it's 10 kings, and it says there's 10 kings, and I've already talked about the whole beast thing in Revelation before, but um, long story short, it's just like it just sounds like I don't know. I've also brought up it sounds like something from the Monkey King story. So in any instance, like I definitely believe, all that money that comes from the oil that Yahweh, not Allah, put under your feet, in the least, tax to Yahweh here in Houston. Me. Yo. And I'm going to do something worthwhile with it instead of I don't know, create a death cult of like bees to go sting people down. Is that what Beyonce is? Hopefully that's a life cult. You know what I mean? Like that's the idea. Is that Yakult? Right? Is that right? Yakult? Do I have a cult? Is the cult mine? um, and like you know, you can't at this point bullshit that I'm not the guy conquering at the seven churches of Asia, and therefore I'm the one with the name Yahweh written on me. Again, they tried here in Houston. I think it's the idea of the synagogue of Satan or whatever is written in Revelation. It's like they threw me in jail for a while and tried to get me to like think I was crazy. But it's like you can clearly see the lightning stuff. What are you like? And all the destruction that happened in Texas recently. But I'm like at the same time with that stuff, with the stuff that happens right out my window, I can see you know something could be going on, but it's like right in front of my face. Anything else is like AI. But even then, there could be weird stuff going on with that. I can just see all the other things that show me that Yahweh is like pulling the strings ultimately. But there's some you know there's something adversarial that's trying to like use exert its will not only against mine, it's against mine, but in order to like stamp down Yahweh. It doesn't like that I believe Yahweh is God because it is some false God that doesn't. It's or it's a human or something or you know not really. It's just a sack of meat that's going to be thrown in a burning lake at a certain point. But that's what how the Bible ends. And I also have the free right here in America to say that. That's literally how the Bible ends. Okay. Um, I'm gonna end this video here. I'm just like I'm not you know like what a year ago I thought I was in some kind of lab. I mean, obviously I do think I'm in some kind of lab, but like you know I thought I was in a more dark kind of mental lab. Like it felt like it was a darker place. I mean I don't know. Maybe it still doesn't feels pretty it feels like weird space hive. But I think the idea with Jesus is like, well, if you actually carry that, it's like you are the light, or Jesus is the light. You have the light, so it doesn't feel that dark. It feels like I'm in a weird space hive, but I got the light, and so everything's illuminated. And I'm like, holy shit, this place is weird. Um, it was very uncomfortable with my leg feeling like this too. And like I'm tired of just everything and everyone. Not everyone, not everyone, but I'm tired of feeling like there's so many obstacles. Like there should literally be like everything in the federal and American government, everything in the state of Texas, everything in the Houston should be like there should never be an obstacle in front of Matthew Ray Wilkins. If there's an obstacle, like one of our arms will reach out and cut it away. Don't be an obstacle for him. And he has the right, and he can say it. And if he wants, he can throw you in a burning lake. He can literally throw you in lava if he wants and film it and whatever. He can make examples out of you and whatever. He's the judge. He is Yahweh on the throne. You don't fuck with him. You don't cause him problems. When you cause him problems, the earth shakes. Documented. You can pretend it's not. I mean, what are you gonna like? People have. So I'm just like I have to keep reiterating. You can pretend it, but um, the Bible ends with people literally like it double down on their stupidity, and like then it does, and it's just like nope, you know, gone. So all right, I'm gonna end this here and I'm just like go to bed. But I like you know there's a lot of things that I could say. How about this? I'd like my dog. So wherever Anda Ambrosio is that isn't here, uh, prevent any obstacle from being between me and my dog. And then I think that will fix a lot of problems. So you know, uh, and hopefully that is exactly the right thing to say. And you know, I'm just gonna end this here. maybe I have a bunch of dogs. Maybe that's the whole adrenaline a dog pound joke. It's like I got a bunch of dogs. But Andrea Ambrosio is just I don't know. She's special because she is special because she's the one that is special because that's how it played out. Like, do I get? Does it have to be anything more than that either? Does the narrative like I thought about this and I'm like, that's this how the narrative unfolded. It probably is meant. You know what I mean? Like when I say probably is like super high probability. But I mean like, it's meant in my opinion. So if she's against me, well, there's a literal. They tried to trap me. There's a trap at the end of the Bible for the trap. So, and then if she's for me, then I'm not really worried. I'm just, why isn't my dog here? What is preventing my dog from being here? Why is there any obstacle between me and my dog? It's man's best friend. Am I a man? According to the women, I think I'm daddy, but they say call her daddy. I'm that her. But it's just a tribal thing that the women do, I think. You know, it's not disrespectful. It's very respectful, I think, actually. Maybe. Uh, most men are like, I think would take it disrespectfully. I'm not too worried. I have nicer hair than most women, so I can see why they would be jelly. All right. Anyway, um, I'm gonna end this here, and like, there's one. You know how I know Chloe Moda is my daughter, or how one of the reasons, like, high probability. Look at her hair. I mean, it's just like beautiful. It's beautiful hair. She has my beautiful hair. I'm gonna just say that. Look at her hair. I mean, look at her face too, but also just like look at her hair. All right. Anyway, I'm just kind of messing around. I think I got a lot of kids, so that's what I'm. Maybe now I have more ability to like just exert like this is the features that I want out of people, and I can just do it to anybody. Also, this kind of destroys the whole race fighting stuff because like look at how white I am, but also how black I am. I mean, I think I was just showing you. I think my grandpa. Am I my own grandpa, and I'm like some kind of buffalo super soldier? I don't even know. It's just like having amnesia about everything. Am I Apocalypse waking up? I mean, I think that's an IP thing from the Bible, but okay. Anyway. Is that with the? I went and saw the thing with Emilio, Captain America, Brave New World. They got Isaiah Bradley, and he turns into some kind of Manchurian candidate, and there's like there's the Mossad is trying to figure out what's going on, and it's like all this intrigue is going on, but he's just like he's not Steve Rogers, but he is like Black Super Soldier. But then you're the joke is that Black Super Soldier, white guy, but I think that's the Bleach joke. Anyway, or Yahweh. Um, So all the anime stuff, I think too. I think I'm like, I think I'm Emperor of Japan and have been for a long time. Um, it's it's my pan. That's where I do my cooking. I think. I mean, I'm just saying stuff that sounds kind of funny and is like punny, but like I'm not fucking around actually. So, all right. Anyway, I just like making the hand things after the video. I'm gonna end this, and I'm sure there's plenty I could say that I have all sorts more. There's all sorts of stuff that I just keep wanting to say, but look, I don't hate my kids. If I come off like a jerk, sorry. I'm not. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm genuinely hurting more than I can articulate well enough to like that I don't think it's like articulatable, but I do. I'll put it like this. I did say this when I've seen all the women doing this, right? And it looks to me like someone clipped a bunch of the women like here, and like they're really uncomfortable, but they can't articulate it. All right, well, I'm attached to them. I'm the leg that is like the one that needs to heal for their leg to heal. That's what I think. And so, like, I've always wondered, like, well, why do women sit like this? It's like, oh,